am ready. Been looking forward to it all week.
Ready to go. Welcome to another episode of Hashtag I'm Just Saying. I'm yours truly, MemeMichelle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want you to get involved, ask questions, leave your comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications because we always have great things in store. Today, we're talking about love. Now, we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day in a pandemic. We're going to teach you guys ways to do it at home. First of all, I don't know about you, Stephanie, but do you agree with me that the restaurants be too crowded? They're overly priced. It don't look like it's love in the air. They just like eating their food.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And COVID just have taken over and we have to adjust. So we have to bring the love and all of that back into it.
Yes. So what we're going to do today is show you how to have a romantic dinner at home. We're going to start with you first, Stephanie. So give us some ideas about some wine choices. Because you got to lick it up when you having Valentine's Day. Because after you get lick it up, you might.
Yes. Okay, so now we're talking my language. I love wine. So for me, Valentine's Day, and I think a lot of women as well as men, we want something special. Ladies are into pretty bottles. People want sweet wine. So I want to give everybody a variety of different things because I know, you have a large audience, with different palates. So I want to start off with something sparkling. Okay. Like to me, every occasion, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter, a birthday, an anniversary, I say pop open a bottle of champagne or something sparkling. Okay. So for me, I love the Black Girl's Magic Sparkling Brut. It's a little bit on the drier side, but it's not terribly dry. You can taste the different tropical notes in it. And the bubbles are really tiny, a little bit tart, but I think it's going to give Valentine's Day a really, really nice feel. So I think that this is a good choice. Like y'all can see that, Black Girl's Magic. And then another one I have here is the Forbidden Kiss. It is Mimi have that. It is a French sparkling wine. This is made with 100% Gamay grapes from Beaujolais, France. Okay. So for my sweet wine lovers, as well as my non-sweet wine drinkers, this one is right in the middle. It's so refreshing. The bubbles aren't overwhelming. It's gonna go good with, you can pair this with a steak. You can pair this with a fish. You can pair this with something sweet. So I like this because you can pretty much have this with any meal. Okay. Well, are you opening yours? I'm gonna open mine up. Okay. I'm not sipping a lot today because I'm on a little body transformation. All right. I love the sound of a cork. Amen. All right. So Mimi's gonna pour it and tell us what she thinks. I think you're gonna like it. I think it's sexy.
It smells good.
And see, and if you notice, Mimi, if you can hold it, we're right at the stem. Okay. And if you notice the tiny bubbles in the glass, really nice, and it's crisp and refreshing, and I think it's a perfect wine for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's good. That's
okay.
Good.
Okay, but what are you tasting? What are you tasting?
Good. Here's the thing. My palate has matured so that I haven't been drinking any sweet wines. So if you're new to the wine game, like especially on the reds, because a lot of people say they don't really like red wine.
Right.
This is a perfect wine for you.
So would you say that one is in the middle, like not too sweet, but not too dry? Or do you think that
Yeah.
it leans more on the sweeter realm?
It's not as sweet as some I've tasted. Like it's not a
Okay.
Moscato sweet. No.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
more, it's not Kool-Aid.
Okay.
I
All right.
could do this. I could do this like I could probably drink this with like add some fruit or something to it. Or
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
add a little vodka to it, you know, something like a little stronging it up. But
Yeah.
this is good though.
All right. Oh, and another thing, we'll go back to the Brut. The Brut, a lot of people shy away from Brut champagnes because they think it's dry. Just know there are demi-sec and semi-sec champagnes and sparkling wines that are on the sweeter side as well.
Okay.
And then don't forget that you can also make a mimosa. You can do different things with sparkling wine. So don't think that you have to drink things just straight. You can do a lot of fun things, add fruit. You can actually pour this into ice cubes and then freeze it with fruit and put it in a glass and pour some over that. Like you can do a number of different things with a drier wine,
Okay.
and not let it go to waste.
Now, say I didn't drink this bottle, how do I preserve it? Like if I want to drink it like the next day, like because you know the thing can't, like once it comes out, you can't put it back in.
No, no. So there is a such thing as a champagne stopper, although this isn't a champagne. It's a wine stopper. You can just keep some in your house. They're
Okay.
not expensive. Put it back in, but just know that once the oxygen hits the wine, you need to drink it up within the next day or so. Yeah.
It's no problem.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, I've had a bottle of wine for two or 3 weeks. And that's fine. If it tastes good to you, okay, fine. For me, because I've studied wine, I know that I'm getting the most out of the bottle within this certain time frame, and
Okay.
I can taste the difference. I'm gonna stick to that time frame.
Gotcha.
So again, it's up to everyone's palate, but I just like to be honest. After certain time, it's gonna lose the acidity, it's gonna lose the flavor, it's going to lose a lot of things. So you're not really going to gain a lot out of the wine, but once it gets a little bit older.
So remember the last time we had the show together, right? And I was like, I like my wine in the freezer.
Yeah.
I like my wine with ice cubes in it. And after drinking it, I did realize that it does taste the taste.
Yeah,
you put it does. In the freezer, it tastes different. Yeah. If you put ice in it, it really tastes different. And I've come to appreciate drinking wine as it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. And I remember on the last show that we did, you made a good point where you were like, if I come in to get color, and if you're telling me that that these are the products that you need to use in order to preserve your hair color, you need to use this here. So we kind of use that same scenario or analogy to wine. Wine is very precious. It's a lot that they do that goes into the wine making, from the grape to the bottle to the glass. Yeah. So why not enjoy it as it's supposed to be enjoyed? Yeah. Like there are certain glasses that you can buy. So let's say if I'm drinking a Bordeaux French wine from France, there's a such thing as a Bordeaux glass, right? And that Bordeaux glass is going to open up that Bordeaux wine. It's going to do everything that it needs to do because you're drinking out of the right wine glass. Mm. So again, and another thing, Mimi, I'm glad I have this over here. Sure. Another thing that you can buy, now they're a little pricey, is a Corbin.
What is
so a Corbin is a device.
Like in front of you. Put it right in front. There you go.
A Corbin is a device, and it's like a pen. It's a pen that goes straight down the middle of the cork. So you're not even removing the cork from the wine, the bottle. It's going through the cork, and then you're I'm getting used to the screen. And all you do is press this little knob up here, turn the bottle sideways, and it's releasing the wine, so you're saving the bottle.
Like
So
a
this bottle here, it's this one was pretty, it was a nice penny. And I'm like, I'm the only one who drinks the wine. So I'm like, I need a Corbin because I don't want this good bottle of wine to go to waste.
So what's the price point on that?
So they have different series, right? So this is number 4, I think, and the retail price on it was $2.99.
Oh, that ain't bad.
But I got mine for $150 over the holidays.
Okay.
But they go as high as $600, right?
Okay.
So if you drink a lot of wine and if you don't have other folks in your household that enjoy it, this is not a bad investment. It's actually going to save you money.
So
right?
I'm gonna look on Amazon and things like that and see if I can find one. And when I get it, I'm gonna let you know because sometimes my sister does not drink.
Okay.
And you know, with COVID, you don't have a lot of people over there. And I may just want like a glass of wine.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
not no African American glass where you fill it up high or what I had a hard day at work. Sometimes you just may want a glass.
You just want a little bit.
And so that's a good investment. Now, I'm about to make a little Valentine's Day dinner. Like say if you had a date, I want you to tell me what kind of a red wine will go good with what I'm about to make. So today I'm gonna make salmon patties and sauteed spinach.
Okay.
We have a grocery store here in Houston called HEB, and I purchased these salmon patties. They're like $6 for 2. These are the Fiesta jalapeno ones. So all I really do is I heat my skillet up. Let's get that thing on cracking. I heat my skillet up. I hope my skirt don't catch a flame. So I'm heating my skillet, and I like to use avocado oil.
Ooh, I've never tried avocado oil.
Hey, it really tastes good. It's like when I would pop popcorn, I know you can't see it because of the light behind it. I'll post it in the comments.
Okay.
But, I put a little avocado oil in my skillet. And then I'm a firm believer that you need a little fat in your diet.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
I put a little butter in there too. And I've lost 3 pounds doing this so far. So
well, it's also a known fact that women need a little fat. So
yes, you do. You need a little fat. Now I ain't saying put the whole stick of butter in there. And then what I normally do, I don't know if you have this in your city, but this is a barbecue shrimp seasoning. If you are not good with seasonings, okay, ladies, find you something that has a bunch of seasonings in it. This has black pepper, garlic, natural herbs, lemon juice powder, lemon juice. It has some kind of wine solids in here, Stephanie. And you can make like sauteed shrimp with this, amazing. But I like to use it on my fish too. So I usually take my and I've washed my hands. I take my fish out. And what kind of wine should I have with this, Stephanie?
So as I was looking,
was good last week.
Well, I would go with something because when you mentioned the different spices, and then you mentioned that you had jalapenos in the salmon patties. So for me, I was like, okay, she needs a light bodied red wine that's going to mesh well with the seasonings and then the oiliness from the fish. So I think a nice Pinot Noir would be really good with the salmon. Like a Cabernet is really bold and really strong, so I wouldn't pair it with a salmon, but I think the Pinot Noir would complement the salmon patties and the seasonings together. Also, if you don't want a red, I think a nice Riesling would mesh well with the salmon and all of those spices as well.
You're gonna have to hit me too. Okay, so tell me what I need to go to the store and buy. Because I've really been into this red wine a lot. Like I haven't had a white wine in forever.
So I started out drinking white wine, white semi-sweet wine. And then once your palate starts, bless you, once your palate starts expanding, then you want to move over and experience something more. So I started branching out. So we're gonna hip you to like a burgundy, right? It's a red wine out of France. Then I want to hip you to a Chenin Blanc. I want to turn you on to a white Bordeaux. There's a wine called Bordeaux, but it's the red wine that's made in France. But there's a white Bordeaux. There's Sangiovese red wine out of Italy. I mean, there's so many different types of wine. So we're going to work together. And every time you go into the store, you're going to get a wine from a different wine region.
You gotta keep me together because see,
yes,
I need to be up on my wine game.
Yes.
I use the shrimp seasoning, but I also use, in every Black household staple, we got Lawry's.
Yes.
I put a little bit of Lawry's on there. And what I put up, you got to have your Tony's
Tony Saxby, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Are you an accent eater? But do you like accent?
It don't really have no flavor.
Look, I think that's the Louisiana Lake Charles thing.
And then I use a lot of garlic.
I love garlic. So, I just started eating salmon.
Did you?
So I had a bad experience. The first time I had it, it was a little slimy. And so I'm like, I don't like salmon. It's gross. And then I had it for the first time a couple of months ago. And I had it blackened. And I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yeah. So once I get my fish seared on both sides, I sear it real good on one side. And then when I flip it, I put it straight in the oven. And you don't really want to cook it all the way through. You just want to kind of sear it to trap the moisture in. That's your friend. I'm taking hashtag, I'm just saying, how may I help you? Let me see what's in the skillet.
Tina?
Yeah, a family, my sister, I'm talking about, let me see what's in the skillet. Miss, you're having a show right now, so I'll call you back. Bye. So once I'm seared on that side, then I flip her. Oh yeah, woo, woo, woo. Now she flipped. And then what you do is you put it in the oven. Boom.
I wish I could smell it. I wish there was a feature on the phone where you can scratch and sniff.
Girl, now I put it in the oven for about 15 minutes. Then I take it out and I'm gonna use that same skillet to put my spinach in. This is quick. If you have your date, you know what I'm saying? It's quick. You can come home and do that fast. So by the time your man or, maybe a sister, it doesn't necessarily have to be your man or your husband or your wife. It could be like a girlfriend's thing or, because love is love.
Love is love. Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I did that. And before I did that, I took these berries and I marinated them in my favorite vodka, Western Sun. This is the peach.
Wow, that sounds so good.
And a raspberry liqueur. Mix that together, put my berries in there. And I also put a little of that mixture before I put my berries in there on these angel food sponge cake deals.
Ooh, delicious.
If you're trying to, keep it down, keep it cute, you still want to feel like you can celebrate with everybody else. I have chocolate covered strawberries in there. That's for the person who's not trying, and I didn't make them. Hold on. Some things that you just buy. HEB, the Hub, honey, they have Okay. These are chocolate covered strawberries covered in pecans.
Oh, delicious.
So you have your man, you know, like, here, baby, you feed them this first. You get them ready.
Yes.
Get him ready. Now I'm the single.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you feed him this first. I'm working on, you know, my
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
So you put it on a pretty plate. We ain't gonna do that today. And then after your fish is done, then you move that out and put your vegetables in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some spinach, some onions, maybe a little bit more avocado oil, season it up, and let that saute. And then I'm gonna add a little sour cream, which I normally don't do. But you know, men are different.
Yes.
I add a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of cheese to that. Not visible, just for the taste. Bam, happy Valentine's Day, baby.
I have to try that. It sounds so good. Yeah.
So, Stephanie, I need, have you had the apothic red?
I have not. I've heard mixed reviews, but I take reviews for what they are, but everybody's palate is different. So no, I haven't tried it yet. Is it on my number one to try? No.
It was good to me.
Is it?
It was good. But you know what? It was up there with the Snoop. Did you try the Snoop Dogg one?
I did. Now the Snoop Cali Red, I was surprised because I knew that wine was going to be super sweet. I just felt like it was. It was such an easy drinking wine. I was impressed with it. Yeah.
And if you like the Snoop Red, the Cali Red, you will love the apothic red.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
The price point is like $7.98.
I'm gonna try it.
Oh, all right. How much was our wine we got today?
Okay, so this was $12.99.
I think it was $11 today at Total Wine.
Okay, there you go. And then the sparkling, this is gonna run you about $20. It's a little bit more expensive. And not to mention, you know, I think that we all know that this is a Black-owned wine by the McBride sisters. So if you don't know their story, I encourage you to read about it. They have an amazing story.
Okay. Well, how does their red taste?
Okay, so their red blend, I really, really like. I like it because it's right in the middle. There are a lot of dark fruit, blackberries, cherries. It's not, as some would say, a bitter or a tart wine. It's a medium body wine. Everything is balanced from the acid to the alcohol to the tannins in the wine. So it's not as easy drinking as the Cali Red.
Okay.
You know, I think that this wine has a little bit. Yeah, right. So I don't really care for the rosé, but I like the McBride sisters Riesling. It's really, really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the rosé, but I drank it.
That's right. We don't let wine go to waste.
No, no, we don't.
I have, well, before I got the Corbin, I would waste so many bottles of wine. So I would ask my dad, hey, do your friends drink wine? Or I would call my cousin, do you want wine? Like if I had reviews to do and I have 12 bottles here, they're open. I can't drink it all. But now that I have my Corbin, it saves all of the wine. Yeah.
I'm putting that on my birthday list. You know, my birthday.
Yes. It's a nice gadget to have.
Oh my God. That is so good. So you
I wish I could taste it.
So you know, I soaked it in the alcohol.
Okay.
And I put it in the refrigerator. So because a lot of people don't like tres leche because it's wet cake.
Yeah.
So I didn't put a lot of it on there, just enough so it can kind of go down and give me some flavor. Because angel food cake really has no flavor.
Yeah.
So let's get.
What are your thoughts on a charcuterie board? You know, are you into the different cheese, and do you think that should be a part of Valentine's Day with your salami? And yeah, I think that would be a nice touch, you know, as maybe a little appetizer, a starter.
Yes.
You know,
I think, you know, like some wine and cheese or whatever. it's all about being creative. You know,
Exactly.
you don't necessarily have to spend a lot. Like my next guest coming on, he's gonna show us how to do everything on a $20 budget.
Nice.
I want to see, because my fish alone was $6.
Yes.
You think about it. Okay, so these are $1.
Okay.
The berries are a couple of dollars. That's something I
Mhm.
already had. The cheese was a couple of dollars, and the bag of spinach was like $1 and some change. So he's right.
Easy.
The wine costs more than the whole
Then
damn.
a whole meal. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just gonna show y'all what this is gonna look like. So I got me some Ready Whip.
Yummy.
Boom. You call me. You can't have a Valentine's Day date, but you know, maybe we can see something. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mimi, but what are your thoughts on, the single women? You don't have anyone over. For me, I'm single, and during the time, when I was alone and this and that and the other, I would still go out or this was pre-COVID, still go out, or I would make myself an amazing meal. You want to know why? Because I love me. I love me.
Be good.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's okay to get together before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. With your girlfriends, it's okay. I remember it was one Valentine's Day when I started talking about doing hashtag I'm just saying. And me and my girlfriends, we got together and we went to happy hour.
Yeah.
We went to Fleming's. And that was one of the best Valentine's Day ever.
I just think, it brings on a lot of stress and pressure for people. And you take it for what it is. It's a day that's celebrated all over the world. And if you don't have a significant other, that doesn't mean that it's not for you or you can't celebrate it.
Yep, I agree. Girl, come on, can you see Black Love? Can you see Black Love?
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks so good. And it's healthy because that cool whip, it doesn't have a lot of calories.
Yes. Now but no, because I don't have like it's not a mixed drink. It's just a little bit to give it that kick. So let me see what it do, girl. Let me see what it do. I'll tell you. Oh. That is so good.
Okay, now I want to make it.
The berries have a little bit of you can taste the alcohol, but it's good. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm eating this before my dinner. Lord have mercy.
Okay, Mimi, so the next time you need to give the audience the ingredients on what you're making so we can cook along with you, so we can be tasting this, because now I want to taste the experience.
Girl, that's why I miss doing hashtag I'm just saying together.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. That is effing delicious. I ain't gonna tell Tina's got alcohol in it.
Uh-oh.
Coming home from work.
I wonder if she'll be able to tell. That looks really good.
That's good. So I'm gonna save these for another time.
Yeah. So I wanted to shout out some other wines, if you don't mind.
Yes.
So in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to highlight some Black-owned wine label wine. So as I already mentioned, the McBride Sisters, the Black Girl Magic. I also wanted to mention one that's right here in Houston. It's called Pure Noir, and it's by an African-American couple. They're a Black. I'm sorry.
Are they on Westheimer?
No, they don't have a storefront. So they sort. So their wine is made in Napa Valley, but they live right here in Houston. They love wine, and so they wanted to do something together as a team. The husband is an attorney. The wife is an ex-oil and gas. Now she's a big-time blogger, and they wanted to have their own wine label. I actually had the privilege of hosting their first virtual wine tasting last year. Okay. And their wines are really, really good. I tried their rosé. They have a nice red blend, and they have a nice, gosh, was it a Chardonnay? I can't remember the other one, but it's really, really nice. So I would encourage everybody, and I can send you the link, Mimi, for your audience to really support them. Okay. So that's Pure Noir Wines. And then there's another one called Jeremy Wine. She's out of Texas, out of Dallas, and she just launched her own black wine label. Her Riesling is killer. It's Texas grown grapes.
Okay.
Made right here in Texas. So I want to say support her.
See if you can get a hold of a couple of bottles from both of those people so I can feature it on the show.
I sure will.
I have a cocktail. The only time I don't have a cocktail is when I do Conversations for the Kingdom, which is next.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, or if it's somebody that I know they don't drink, or there's some recovery, I don't. But I have a cocktail every week, and I would love to feature them. Love.
Great. Awesome. Awesome.
I can get a hold of some good wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this fish should be just about done. Thank you, Stephanie, for coming on today.
No problem. So, well, what about if your man or your girlfriend, what if they don't drink wine? Like, well, what other things would you, I mean,
they don't, do an iced tea or something, or if they don't drink wine or don't drink, period.
Both. Probably wine. I mean,
if they don't drink wine, and find out what cocktail your man likes. If he's a Hennessy drinker, if he likes the sidecar, find out his cocktail of choice, and you have it.
Yes, to make that whole experience special.
Yeah. You let him know you know him. Hey, baby, here's your scotch. Your favorite scotch.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But if you have his favorite drink, shoot, almost cussed.
Yeah. And another spin that you can do is also have his favorite scotch or whatever and say, hey, I thought it'll be cool to do a scotch tasting, right?
Yeah.
You can get some other scotches and then they can do like a cool little tasting together.
Yes. I'm telling you, men are easy to please.
Yeah.
They are easy to please. Okay, so
I was on a Zoom not too long ago, and this guy was drinking a honey bourbon.
Yep.
I don't drink dark liquor, but he made that bourbon sound so good. I went out and bought it. Right.
Oh.
Now it's a German honey bourbon.
I saw that in the Total Wine today.
So I really like it. I didn't think it would be as sweet as it was.
Because it got that honey.
I could drink it over ice, and it's different. Now it's strong, but it's different, and it was really good. I was shocked.
Yep, but it's gonna be well worth it. Okay, so now I got my fish out, Stephanie. Show it to you real quick.
Yummy.
Here on it, this is a little piece of fish. So now I'm gonna take my onions. I don't like chopping stuff. Okay, I'm one of the people, when I make my cocktails, they dummy proof. The seasoned blend, which is and bell pepper.
Yeah. So now, did you add more avocado oil in the skillet?
So I didn't.
Okay.
So I just used that was in there. And then I kind of saute my onions a little bit. Can you hear me over the sizzle?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, spinach kind of cooks down. This is the HEB. Y'all need to hook me up because everything I've had.
HEB is like the store. Your one-stop shop.
In your town, whatever you have in your town. So then I put the spinach in there.
So do you have a preference over the frozen spinach versus like the raw or the bag spinach?
I like fresh spinach, but
Okay.
here's the thing. With fresh spinach, it takes a lot to cook it down when I can just get it in a bag.
Okay.
If I eat a salad, I use fresh spinach.
Okay.
So then I season it up. I put a little lemon pepper, a little garlic. A lot of garlic, not a little garlic.
I love garlic.
I do.
Love garlic.
Garlic is good for you.
Mm-hmm.
A little pepper. Let's put a little bit more butter in there. Just a little bit, not a lot.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit more of the shrimp seasoning because it probably has thyme and all of that stuff in there.
I can't wait to try this seasoning.
Girl, and it's $1.
What?
It's $1. So there we go. And then just kind of saute that, cook that down. And then once it's almost done, then I'm gonna take a little cream, sour cream. I used to do sour cream and cream cheese, but the cheese I had is made by Philly.
Okay. So. And I've never heard of adding that to spinach. So I can't wait to try that.
When I'm eating for myself, which I eat every single day, this is all I do to it. I don't add any sour cream, I don't add any cheese. But for Valentine's Day, you want to kick it up a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, you want that man to be like, girl. You want to earn that bracelet you're going to get. You want to earn that you're going to get. Or you don't want to earn that night of magic you're going to get.
Yes.
Yes.
And are you a rose like flower person too? I like roses and I like beautiful flowers.
I like roses, but my favorite flower is the tulip.
Okay. I love tulips. Yeah. They're beautiful.
Here's an FYI, if you trying to date me or something, if we argue, we mad, don't buy me no damn flowers. They dying like this shit. Right. You know, this is my 3rd year anniversary. So last week was my 3-year anniversary doing hashtag I'm Just Saying. And my very first episode was about Valentine's Day. But we talked about side dudes and side chicks. And I just want to know if the side chicks is okay in this pandemic season, because the man just can't go out now and be like, hey, baby, I'm going to the store. No, because they stuck in the house.
Exactly. You know, I never even thought about it.
I know they suffering for buffering right now.
Right.
Even the side dudes, there's some side dudes out there too.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. I am sure.
So if you had to choose, Stephanie, like, okay, this was the dinner you were having.
Okay.
What wine would you have with this salmon and this spinach?
I mean, you're asking me here. I would do a champagne.
Okay, what kind of champagne?
Yeah, but we didn't talk about champagne. I don't bring up champagne a lot because a lot of people are like so stuck in their head that, oh my gosh, you know, I hate it, it's dry, this, and the other. And that's fine. Everybody's palate's different. But if you are pairing a wine, a champagne, or something sparkling with a specific food, they're meant to complement each other, right? So when you take a bite of the spinach and take a bite of the salmon, and when you have a sip of that wine or champagne, they're supposed to complement each other, right? So, gosh, I have a lot of different champagnes that would mesh well with that. There's one of my favorites called Lallier, Lallier. It's beautiful. They also have a brut as well as a rosé that will go really, really nice with that. There's one called De Marjorie that's really nice. And if you don't think that you can drink a full bottle, just know that they have the split bottles. You can get the mini bottles.
Yeah.
Or if you're single and it's just you, get a mini bottle, make it special. But yeah, I think a nice champagne would go well with what you're cooking. I think champagne goes with anything. But when I was in Napa, we were drinking some of the finest champagne with fried chicken.
Really?
Because the acid in champagne and the oiliness and the grease from the chicken, they complemented each other when you have it together.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I've added a little cheese, and it's the cheese that I use. That's why I said I didn't put any Philadelphia cream cheese in there. Philadelphia cream cheese makes like a triple cheese.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I didn't put a lot. I just put a little, and then I just add a little sour cream. And now you have a nice cream spinach.
Delish. I cannot wait to try that.
Oh, she thinks I'm her wife. For those of you who don't know me and my baby sister, we live together. And she was like, "Oh, what we having for dinner today? What you cook?" Come on, let me see what's in that skillet.
Can you hold the skillet up?
I sure can. Hold on. I'm gonna make a plate and I'm gonna show it to you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Look, I'm sorry. I got a little excited. I can't wait to see it.
I got my other camera going over here.
Okay.
So.
Oh, and you know, well, we didn't even talk about the desserts and dessert wine.
Yeah.
Why not have you can start out with the sparkling wine, and then when you have your meal, you can have this wine. Then when you have your dessert, there's another kind of wine that you can have, you know?
I'm ready for it.
Is it good? Is it good?
Girl, it's good. It's good. So I will make my plate, or I'll make his plate. I will put the spinach on the plate, like so. Then I will take the fish and kind of put it on the side like that, and boom.
Delish. That looks so good.
You can see it smoking. And that would be my Valentine's dinner. And then, of course, you know, if we want to end it off with the little strawberries, we can. What's up, Tone Bone?
Mimi.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. All right.
It just takes a minute to compute. Tell me, what are you doing for your significant other on Valentine's Day, since we're in a pandemic, and how are you keeping it cost effective?
All right. So I think what I want to do, being cost effective, definitely we want to do that, because I think if you can splurge, it's cool. But at the same time, you know, some people are a little braggadocious, but you can be braggadocious and not spend that much. So I think I wanted to do, so I decided to cook, and then, you know, just do something else, just kind of have a lazy conversation. And wherever that lazy conversation leads us straight. So I decided to go get some lobster. Lobster on them bad boys, you know. So
how long does it take to cook the lobster, one? And what are you making to go with the lobster, two? And then Stephanie's gonna tell us what we should have to accompany the lobster. That's three.
Why she gotta tell me? Well, I don't know what the company with.
Well, she gonna the beverage.
Oh, the beverage. Oh.
She's our wine specialist.
I got the beverage for that.
What you got?
Hey, that right there take you where you trying to go, girl. Ouch! But no, she right. So it take about maybe 25 minutes. Right now I'm heating up the water for the lobster. I made me a little bit, so I'm gonna have lobster with a lobster bisque
Mhm.
and bread chips to dip your stuff up in there. Also, a soup Toscana and a salad.
A what, baby?
A soup Toscana. So if you've been to Olive Garden, they have
Okay.
the little creamy looking soup with the sausage, with the Italian sausage, potato, red onion, and kale. There you go. Oh, girl, you better come get you some
I
of this.
love it.
All right. So
So-
a soup salad, huh?
What are you doing anything in particular for Valentine's Day this year in the pandemic? While we're in the pandemic?
I definitely didn't want to go out.
Okay.
Definitely didn't want to do that. So you think about doing something and you want to do something that you can share. So it's a time of love. So your love don't have to always go to your significant other. You show love to others too. Buy what you do. Yeah, buy what you do with your significant other and y'all share with others. Not to brag about what you got, but I think this is, you can say, hey man, you know what? We spent, I think, $55. Spent $55 and on, just the ingredients and everything, when it got live lobsters and all of those things. But just to be able to share that, everybody can go out and get those roses. And sometimes with you being happy, you could just be happy that somebody done something for you for the first time, and you can share that, but somebody may interpret it wrong where we at right now,
Mhm.
So instead of interpreting something wrong, you're like, hey man, I don't know what he spent. I had a lovely dinner, but I'm gonna ask him, so $55.
All right, well, get the cooking. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you're trying with.
Okay, I'm gonna get the cooking. I'm gonna throw the lobster up in there. So I did my best yesterday because I knew I'm on call, so I figured I'd probably be late or something. So anyway, I'm gonna start doing my little lobster. I did my best yesterday, but I'm gonna drop my lobster up in this bad boy. I'm gonna let them do you like this.
And while you're doing that, I'll tell you what I made. So I made salmon patties and sauteed spinach.
Say what? How you gonna decorate it, girl?
Huh? Oh, I see. You missed the plate. I already put the plate away. I put the spinach on there and kind of cocked it to the side a little bit, and then I made like the. It's all dead now. It don't even look pretty no more. But it was like whipped cream with fruit and some angel food cake. And what did I say? I'm a little drunk now.
The whipped cream.
With the and I soaked it in some vodka and some raspberry liqueur.
Well,
marinated was the word I was looking for.
Okay, you marinated it. So I didn't plan on dessert because I figured we would use each other as a dessert. So what I did do, and not even being nasty or nothing, but what I did do, or too freaky enough, I got some watercolors.
So who?
Watercolors, like colors.
Oh, y'all about to get nasty.
So you picked the favorite part of your body you want me to paint.
I love that.
Yeah. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm not comfortable with this area of my body, or those type of things. So you pick your favorite area of your body, and let's just kind of paint, just kind of do some stuff. And then the watercolors, they are edible. The watercolors are edible, so that way you can go in if you want to and still be like, you can say your hand. I want you to paint my hand. I'll paint my nails. It don't have to be anything, out of bounds.
Lick it off?
Yeah, it don't have to be
Then you're gonna lick it off, you said.
Yes, edible. So that if you want me to now, I don't want nobody going hard on their first date and they be trying to put it on somebody take these little tips and they go too hard and wind up not getting another date. So let her pick the area. Let her choose the area she wants. The art. Your for you to express yourself, and it don't have to be anything. You don't have to be an artist to do that. You just kind of, it can be your nails, it can be your toes, it can be
your shoulder.
Yeah, your shoulder, your cheeks or something. I know what I'm gonna be painting. I like
if you do, don't lick my face. No, I'll pass on that.
No.
But you know, that's a good idea. So if you're in a seasoned relationship, not a new one, but if you're in a seasoned relationship, then yeah, go ahead and look, dust it up.
Yeah.
What you cooking for us? Let's see them.
Oh, well, Mimi, you know, I like a peach. Your skin color's always like a peach. So I'm gonna find the area that I can really make look like a peach and paint that thing. Paint that thing. So I'm gonna throw my lobsters in, and then what I also did, it was cheap. It was cheap for the men. Women like
some advice. Come on, Tony.
Yeah, for the men. I mean, little small things. You don't really have to spend money on little decorative things. So instead of making the table look all great, I put one candle on there, and I bought banana leaves. Instead of using, you know, cloth, I just took some banana leaves. I'm gonna walk over there. Now y'all know, hold on, this is the player's den, so you know, the player's den is tight and cozy. You know, I don't have all that you got back there, man, you know what I'm saying? So hold on, let me flip it around. You know, let me flip it around real quick. If I can, if I can flip the phone around. I think this is
a cold Valentine's Day. So you can light your fireplace, you can have dinner on the floor, on the rug.
Ooh.
Light you a little Jules Couture candle, honey.
Yep.
Have your ladies, you got to have your house smelling right when your date come over.
Oh, yes. I was gonna get to that, Mimi. So let me go back. I was trying to flip it around. But yes, definitely. I was gonna get the man some tips, man. Go get you some soap, some real good soap to wash your tail. Don't use Irish Spring. Get you some real good smelling soap from somewhere. Wash everything. Clean your kitchen.
Yeah.
Your kitchen.
Yeah.
If you don't ever clean your kitchen, this time clean your kitchen and keep some dishwater in the sink.
Clean your kitchen.
Right.
Oh, exactly. You know, exactly. I mean, you definitely want to go get you some soap, some deodorant, and then if you got to borrow some cologne, man, go borrow you some cologne.
That's a damn shame that we at this age that we have to give that type of advice, man.
Exactly.
Hey, but I know get real in the field. You know, get real in the field. So definitely go out there and, you know, do that. I mean, that day you came in like, well, shoot, I didn't cook. Shoot, you can accept a little of this.
No,
you
can
accept
no.
Okay, definitely. And you right.
We got two women on the panel.
Okay.
Me and my girl Stephanie. There is no greater turnoff than a man that smells bad and his house together well.
Absolutely. Agreed.
That's a turn off. You won't get a second date.
Nothing.
You won't get nothing.
Well,
and you know when you're not right.
Yeah, you know when you're right.
Right.
But I don't know, sometimes they may not. I learned maybe they don't or they just don't care. But this on Valentine's Day, and then take that and then build from that. Don't just be clean one day, but at least that day. And on your birthday, man, get your fruits right, get your fruits tight, you know, get your alleyway straight too, get your fruits in your alleyway clean. Clean all that. And like you say, Mimi, clean your spot and man, go get, man, keep you some always keep some carpet fresh. And all some people have, you know, if you have wooden floors, make sure they shine. Any bunch of stains from spilling beer and stuff on there.
Yeah.
Make sure your spot look good if you want to invite somebody over. Because the sign of cleanliness, man, it relaxes a woman's spirit.
Yeah.
It does.
Make us feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get you a theme song for your date.
Playlist. Have you a Valentine's Day playlist? I used to call mine the what was my playlist? Hold on. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Well, I think you can have your playlist, but also just for maybe one or two songs, have a theme set aside for her.
Yeah.
So something that represents what you want to say to her. You know, like I'll take a song. I can't think of it.
Slow Jam Deluxe tape.
What was it?
Slow Jam Deluxe tape.
Slow Jam.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the Slow Jam Deluxe tape gonna have and you always update your music.
Yeah.
I know everything is digital now, but I still call it the Slow Jam Deluxe tape.
Oh, y'all done broke the lobster arms off. Hey.
I'm so glad I'm gonna edit.
I didn't broke the. I said I didn't broke the lobster's arms off.
Lord.
Well,
Can't
we'll
even
still
swing
eat
on
them.
But she don't still eat it. She don't eat that broken.
Exactly.
Oh, you can't even swing on me. Ow.
Is it kicking like Bruce Lee?
Yeah, I broke his arm off, so he couldn't do too much. That little tail was like. I got his tail, but I mean, yeah. So just for the men, and I guess they ain't even for the men, for the women too, man. Man, mop your flow. You know, and when I say mop your flow, I'm talking about your body. Mop your flow. Make sure that bad boy right too, man. Cause man, we want the same thing you want from us. Let's just do what we can to make sure we have a pleasant evening. A bad aroma will mess your day up.
Yes,
bad aroma
indeed.
will get you. I gotta go. My mama called.
Right.
I gotta go. I got an emergency at the house.
Oh man.
That's what a bad aroma get. So how long is it gonna take for that lobster to cook, Tony?
You ain't gotta wait. I think it takes like 20 minutes, but I will if you gotta take a pause for the calls, it's all gravy, but I should have threw it in there. Uh-oh. They trying to get up out of there. Hold on.
Now,
I gotta look.
Have a conversation while they cook, and then you'll just show me the plate when you finish.
Yes, ma'am, because it's gonna be on like Donkey, Flintstone, anybody with a stone at the diamonds in the rough, it's gonna be on in a minute, y'all. So I will continue preparing while those bad boys are kicking. Let me put some cayenne, some salt, some lemon pepper, some secret ingredient up in this bad boy while it's boiling.
You go ahead and season. I'm gonna move my studio to the room.
Okay.
What do you think about Old Bay?
So I'll use that thing. So I'll get my soup ready. I'm gonna start hooking up my bisque real quick. The bisque is already all blended. I got it now to like a puree. So all it needs is just the lobster. So I'm gonna take one of the lobsters and I'm gonna put it inside the bisque that I made.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So you definitely don't want. I think everything should be about the person that you're trying to serve. So ask questions too.
Absolutely.
It can be something that you think is just out of this world, it's out of sight. I mean, man, I went above and beyond. And when somebody's just not pleased with it, did you do it for you or did you do it for the other person?
And that's what Stephanie was talking about. Because she asked me, she was like, what do you do when your man don't drink wine? I say, you find out what he likes to drink. You have that, because if you treat him right, you serve him right, he gonna serve you up right that night. I'm trying to serve them right, honey.
I want to say this too. I know it may sound selfish, but if you really wanted to make it about that person, make one plate and you serve that person. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about for the men. I'm talking about for the men. I'm talking about for the men. Make one plate. And you make that plate look good. She ain't gonna know what's happening. You're gonna have that one fork, that one knife, that one spoon with everything that you need, and you sit her close to you and you feed her.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Love that.
That goes further than flowers, I think. So if you can't afford roses, that's your rose. She's the rose. You're making her the rose. If that makes sense.
You see that? I'm gonna wait. Y'all ain't gonna even know I did this with your roomie.
Man, what about Sunday morning? So I'm gonna get the biscuit and everything together while we sit talking. But I just know roses. We all make sure we keep to like, we kind of like it's Valentine's is too robotic and it's too like kind of set. We do the same thing over and over, and it is real hard to be creative. A lot of times it's hard, but I think the longer you're in a relationship, if you really get to know that person, hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I found somebody who like ramen noodles, and we ate ramen noodles on Valentine's Day. She was happy because she liked ramen noodles. She's like, oh man, I've had that in a long time. I heard her talking about it, so I just remembered it. Valentine's Day was coming up. I made some noodles. Look, I did the jailhouse thing. You know, you hook up for the.
Did you make a spread or did you just
you do a little spread on that thing, man?
What's your plans for Valentine's Day?
I'll break it down.
Girl, well, I haven't even thought about it. I'm single. So more than likely I'll probably spend it with my parents.
Oh, go ahead, girl.
Maybe we'll do something like a baked potato, maybe a grilled steak, some shrimp. And now that he's over here with the lobster, we may have to throw some lobster tails on the
Oh,
grill.
Oh, that sounds
So
good.
I don't know. I haven't made any real plans, but if I'm home, that's probably what I'll end up doing
Okay.
if something changes. And of course, I'm gonna pop open a bottle of something.
Yeah. Now, Tony, are you and your girlfriend y'all having lobster tails for Valentine's Day, or are you just having it as an example for the show today?
An example.
What's your plan?
I'll be at work. I'm on call. I'll be at work. That's the truth. I'll be at work.
I'll have my niece. So I said it must be getting close to time for your food to be ready. I can't wait till you put that plate on the camera.
Oh yeah. I'm getting it together with an F. I'm getting it together.
So in your lobster bisque, do you use like the chunks? Are you going to use chunks, or is it going to be minced lobster?
I kind of like mine a little bit chunky, just a little bit. So I'm going to just take the tail of one of them and kind of chop it down bite size, kind of like bite size. But that's something that you have to ask, because I like my stuff chunky. I like onions chunky, potatoes.
Yeah.
And some people don't like it like that. So
I like my onions real minced, like fine. So when they cook, they're like, I don't like chunky onions. I don't. No.
Yeah, see, that's why you have to ask those things. If you are preparing a meal for somebody, ask what they like. Ask what don't you like, because you'll be mad because you took a lot of time to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like, nah, I ain't feeling that. And now you mad. Right. It won't take nothing but a second just to ask. So I always ask. I make sure I ask, do you like this? Do you like that? Or how do you like it? That's another thing too. Some people may like fried fish, but they don't like it blackened.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So I don't want nobody thinking when I make my lobster bisque, I go hard. I cook the whole lobster and then I break it down.
Oh,
how pretty she look. Ain't she fine?
Yeah.
Ain't she fine? I like them. Yeah, I like them red, girl. She red, boy. She red. I like chocolate too. Now, don't get me wrong. I like chocolate. Now, you got no chocolate and red. You chocolate, you got no red. So yeah. So I'm going to start preparing how it's going to look real quick, and then it shouldn't be taking me no more than another 8 minutes.
So while you doing that, Tony, and then Stephanie gonna tell us what she said. Champagne goes well with lobster.
Okay.
But how do you feel sorry for the side chicks and side dudes this holiday season? Because the pandemic ain't letting people be great. It's like the side chicks can't. The dude just can't be like, oh, I'll be right back. No, we in a pandemic. His wife, his woman, like, where you going? We in a pandemic. Where's you going? The grocery store. We already got our food here. Where's you going?
Yeah. So do I feel sorry for side chicks? Well, you know what? This should be a time that you say, I'm tired of being a side chick.
Yeah, that you can get another form of employment.
Yeah. And I'm tired of being that. And you know what? I know some people got some good stuff out there. I done had some good stuff. It's hard to get away from that good stuff, But I'm gonna tell you something. When it's so hard to get away from somebody, this is the perfect time to get away from them, because you don't have to see them. You don't have to see them. You're trying to protect yourself from getting sick. They out there, besides getting a venereal disease or something, they can bring your ass some corona.
Yeah. So believe it. And I had coronavirus. That shit ain't no joke.
I had a corona, but it was a drink. I was drinking the corona. I'm gonna tell you, man.
Think about this. The relationships that didn't make it through the pandemic. Like people who have been married for years, and then we went into quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
To see each other every single day, and it was like, I really don't like this Negro.
Right.
Yep,
yeah. There was a lot of relationships that did not make it through quarantine.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, hi.
How y'all doing?" But you know what? if you wasn't married, look at it, you just dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
You dodged a bullet, man. You can make a move.
You're saying
But I think it's a quarantine, but you could use it as a time of meditation. And it's been a cleansing. You can cleanse yourself during this time. If you were going through something, whatever. There's been some things that I was like, man, I was struggling with. And fortunately, I was still able to work throughout the pandemic. There's been a couple of times I thought I had corona.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta go home. I think I got it. And then, you know, the more they preach it to you at work, and then people around you start getting it. If you start sniffling, you know, your chest, you know, you kind of feel a little, anything you feel, you think you got corona, you know, so it's in your head a lot of times. But I can say, all the people, now this is way off subject, but all of the people who got kids and your kids is bad, you need to go back and tell them teachers, thank you for taking care of my monster. Thank you. I can't stand my own kid, and you got to deal with my kid and 57 other ones. So thank the educators for taking care of your kid that you can't even stand.
They know that their kids are bad now. They know they kids don't do their classwork because they can barely stay in front of the computer. They couldn't wait to get them kids back in the school system. Boy. They couldn't wait. Oh, come on, little Johnny, it's time to go.
Exactly.
But you know, that's something, man. I wish they had something where a parent, at least twice a year, you have to go in there and sit in the place of not even sit in the place of the teacher or whoever the educator are, but just sit there and just watch your child and then watch all the other kids. That's not an easy job. And I say that because a lot of people go up there and I don't want to say bitch at, but take out their frustration at these teachers, and they're doing the best that they can. And they can find all of these excuses and no, my kid told me, I believe my kid, but then this is the same person that you can't stand during the pandemic. And this person, this teacher, this educator, this person decided, you know, step into this field, and a lot of them for the right reason. I want to be a difference maker. And a lot of people throw all of that, anything their child do wrong, they blame it on the teacher. But no, there's no responsibility. They don't take any responsibility on their side. I'm gonna start cutting this up, but I just think take the time to anybody who's an educator on whatever level, man, thank them because they've been through a lot and they still putting their lives on the line because they can't take off. They have to be in them schools.
Yeah,
you know, I know there was a few of them saying I don't want to go, but they don't have a choice
because they have to work. So Stephanie, he's making a lobster bisque with a lobster. What else you making, Tony?
Soup Toscana.
Okay.
Salad. Yeah.
Oh, and the salad. So what would you pair with that?
So I personally would have a champagne, but then I would also have something else. I would do a high acid Riesling from Germany. I say Germany because they produce some of the best Rieslings, and they have different levels of Rieslings that you can buy, from extra dry to sweet, really, really sweet, and everything in between. And when you're having something like seafood, I think a nice Riesling would go well, but I would also add a Chardonnay in there because I think lightly oaked Chardonnay, just meaning that it was fermented in an oak barrel. Some are fermented or sit in a still tank. I think that oak, the buttery, that bread, the brioche characteristics in a Chardonnay would really complement lobster and its seafood and the bisque very well.
See, so we're gonna put all that in the description box below, and we're gonna drop the pictures in. The stuff that you were talking about that Tony could probably have with his food. What's the price point on those things? They range from like high to low.
They range. And the things about Riesling is that they range, like you can get a Riesling for about $7 or $8 starting point. And then they can also go up to $50, $60 as well. But you can find something within your price range.
What I've noticed is that I got wine all over my skirt. An expensive bottle of wine don't necessarily mean it tastes better than the more reasonable bottle of wine. It's I mean, these bottles of wine that I've been getting for like $8, $10, $12, they have been really, really good.
So just because, and then also, you know, that's a misconception too. Just because a wine is $6 or $7, it just means that, well, when you see a wine that's highly priced, just know that it took more time before it entered the bottle. So maybe that particular wine aged longer in the barrel. Maybe they had to add extra nutrients in that wine. Maybe it sat in a steel tank and then they moved it to an oak tank and then it aged even longer in a bottle. Okay. So just because a wine is $8 or $60, it really goes according to the level of like how much time it took that wine to hit the bottle.
Okay.
Just like a screw top. People thought for the longest that screw top wines were cheap and nasty. They weren't of any quality. That is not true.
That was in some regions.
Yeah, in some regions, they're known for their screw top wines. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the quality of a wine.
I mean, you really put it together, Tony.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I learned. But I'm listening to these wine facts because you know I was thinking like when I got my sangria from Boone's, I was like, man, what? Hey, my Boone's Farm sangria, that was my drink. Yeah. But to know that the process that you just described, we would have never thought about that.
Yeah.
So that's really good to know.
Yeah, and then also, you know, with wine, yeah, and then it's I never knock what anybody likes. I always say expand your palate. Like, well, when I do a wine tasting, they're like, oh, I only drink Moscato, and I only drink this one Moscato. That's great, but did you know that there are other sweet wines? Yeah. There's so many other sweet wines that you can try.
And what people don't know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Moscato was actually made for dessert.
Actually, it was. And Moscato got such a bad rep because it was cheap and they used to make it really syrupy, right? Just like you said. But now, like they've evolved, like they have the Moscato d'Asti, like there's a step above now. Like there's so many different things that they're doing with it. And wine is not as stuffy as it used to be. They're doing so much with wine.
You want that wine because when you would have your dessert, like say you would have your piece of cake and then you would have the Moscato wine, it was light, but because it was sweet, it didn't taste bitter after you had your cake. It tasted normal.
Exactly. So if you're doing, just always know if you're having something sweet, you want to get a sweet wine to go with it. So for example, if you're having a chocolate cake, you want to get you can do a sweet Moscato, you can do a port. Okay. You can do it's a sweet wine called Sauternes, Sauternes. There's so many there. There's one called Tojac. No one has heard of these wines. So for me, I just like for people to expand their palates and just learn about the other wines that are out there. So I can't wait.
Is your plate almost ready?
Almost, girl. I'm over here working, girl. I'm over here working.
I can smell it.
You can smell it? Look. And look, this other thing, don't be a dirty cook. While you cooking, don't be licking your fingers, y'all. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't lick your fingers while you cook.
I was telling Stephanie, I was like, I like to clean up as I go. I was picking stuff up and throwing it in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't lick your fingers, y'all, because that is like
unless it's only for you.
Huh?
Unless it's for you, then you do what you want to do.
Oh yeah, but if it's for yourself, but I mean, I see people be barbecuing, they be scratching the back of they scratching right there where the pants meet your back, and man, how you gonna be doing all that, man? Relax, man. Look, do that. That's not seasoning. We don't want that kind of seasoning.
That is exactly.
So altogether, how much did your meal cost, Tony? And are you gonna get your girlfriend a gift even though you're cooking for her?
Girl, look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm the gift girl. It don't get no better than this. If you find something better than this.
So how much did your meal cost?
I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend, but I think I'm gonna spend I forgot the damn holiday. Valentine's Day.
You about to lie.
I'm gonna spend Thanksgiving, huh?
You must be about to lie.
boy. Shoot.
That's one thing Tony don't do. He don't lie. So how much did your Thanksgiving meal cost you, Tony?
My Thanksgiving meal
I mean,
cost.
your Valentine's Day meal.
Hold on. I know I threw you off. And I kept the receipts for y'all. So rum bum bum. $47.
I got you beat.
Okay.
$10.
What kind of fish you have? You went fishing yourself.
No, I didn't.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl. Go fish.
So I think altogether I didn't spend more than $15 for two.
Dang.
Well, that's not including the wine. The wine was like $11.
All right.
So my fish was $6. I had the salmon patties from HEB.
Yeah.
And then a bag of spinach and my onions and bell peppers and my seasonings. Most of the stuff I already had. I don't think I spent more than $15, and he will be happy, whoever he would have been.
So I thought that was I know that's a great idea. And I was going to say, even if you go to the dollar store, they have these crystal plates and stuff. You spending $1. Like if you want to put a salad in a bowl and your soup in a bowl, it's $1 for those little crystal looking bowls or plates.
Yep.
And it just make sure your presentation is a little tight, and it goes a long way. And it goes a long way. If you want to go get none, you might get a kiss.
Yeah, and when you put the plate down on the table, he's sitting.
I'm coming.
Put the plate down, kiss him on the cheek a little bit. Tell him Happy Valentine's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Put a little effort into that thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you don't want them to put your plate down and go over there and play Xbox?
Right.
If I make something, he ain't no Xbox. I'm the Xbox.
Right. Oh, hold on. I'm finna put it over here. I'm finna put it over here, girl. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta get my stuff right, girl. I gotta get it right.
He's so old.
No.
So Tony, are you single or are you in a relationship?
I'm in a hold on.
Situationship?
Hold on.
An entanglement.
Hold on, y'all.
That was good, Stephanie.
Y'all real funny. Y'all so funny. Now, I did have a girlfriend, and we kind of, I don't know if I messed up. I didn't think I did, but I guess I messed up. So I was trying to get her back. So I guess I'm in the makeup process.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think I did nothing, but I didn't think I did.
Situationship. She said entanglement.
Entanglement. Hey, I gotta figure it out because I'm just like, man, better hurry up, boy, because man, look at girl, you don't know who you're dealing with, boy.
I know you ready to roll out.
No, I'm gonna hang. Okay, it's coming, y'all. It's coming. Anyway, I do get along with her. We I guess I don't know. I didn't think I messed up, but I guess I did. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. It's coming.
Yeah, because
y'all ain't gonna be ready for all this. Hold on.
I'm ready.
So the presentation, you don't have to eat everything on there, but I like if you were to go somewhere exotic and they do something like I cook the whole fish and I like to, decorate it and do all kinds of stuff, but people don't like fish heads and all that kind of stuff. But I like to do
look
that.
at me like,
Huh?
I don't want my friends looking up at me like.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's why you gotta ask. But when you go to different countries and stuff, and when they prepare, whole hogs or fish or take goats and they just do different things with it. I just find. Huh?
If you're in another country and that's how they bring it to you, you'd have so much to drink before that time. If they come up with the fish looking like, you just gonna laugh and eat around it.
Right.
Yeah, I admire the coach. We think about the culture of it, and it's actually really good because the way they cook stuff, the seasonings are normally a lot of herbs. They don't use a lot of seasoning. Yeah. So just the preparation that goes into what they do, I kind of admire that. So I take the whole bucket for what it is. So I like the whole fish. I didn't at first, but When I cook, sometimes I like to do the whole fish. I like to do all of that. I like to do all of that because it's erotic.
Well, you need to come over here to the Cooper Coleman household and cook up something.
Man, I'm
And
cold-blooded.
invite me so I can come eat.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this Valentine's Day episode. I know it wasn't what you guys thought it was going to be, but we want to help you. And you don't have to do these things just on Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is every day. Show love every day. Show love to your significant other. Show love to your spouse. Show love to your siblings. Show love to, your mother, your father. And we're in a season of forgiveness. So, the pandemic has brought down a lot. We have lost a lot of people. So just show love anytime you can. We're going to wrap it up as soon as Tony shows us these plates. So
I'm gonna flip the phone over. I hope I can flip the phone over. I was trying to flip it over, but hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
You'll be all right, bro. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Nice.
Candle first, girl. Let me lead you to where we going, girl. Follow me.
Okay, I'm following. I'm
put the blindfold on. Put the blindfold on. When you open your eyes.
yes, indeed.
See all this.
What does finger look like?
It's gonna go from eyes to thighs. It's gonna go from eyes to thighs, girl. Hold on.
He don't know what the fingers look like, baby.
Turn on the light, but I'm gonna show you the sexy part of it. Hold on, let me walk up real quick. So you can see the banana leaves and all that.
Look at him.
Got the look. I'm gonna turn the light on. I'm just show you how sexy it look.
Oh.
So is somebody gonna come over and eat that tonight? Because you don't want that to go to waste.
You say do what?
Is somebody coming over to eat that tonight? Because you don't want that to go to waste.
You're funny. So here's the soup Toscana. Got a little thyme hanging out, just for decoration, just
Funny.
presentation. You got a little pineapple, avocado, cucumber, tomato, a spring mix salad.
That's a good salad.
Mm-hmm.
You got the lobster bisque with a real lobster sitting on the side of that bad boy.
Delish.
Yes, indeed. Look at you, Tony. But Tony always been one of the people that could cook and impress a woman. And I've been, when me and Tony first met, we hit it off straight out the gate.
Still did. So that's it.
Well,
that's your Valentine meal. Mimi under $50 right there.
So look,
that looks so good.
If him and his woman don't get back together, y'all know he could cook. And we gonna put his information in the comment section. You want, and he look good with his shirt off. So
hey Mimi, I was gonna cook with the shirt off, but I said I just came off my fast. I'm looking kind of skinny.
So y'all don't go nowhere. Remember to laugh, remember to love, remember to be the light, and always bear good fruit. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you guys. This is
Happy Valentine's.
God bless.
You've been watching hashtag. What is it?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.